What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be rebuilding Barcelona. I've just signed my team's best player, Rafinha, and I don't think anybody knows how, because it's been an absolute shambles, really, hasn't it? Somehow they have no money, yet are still buying ridiculous players. They have Kessier. Somehow they're buying people. I don't understand how. From far as I know, unless they sell De Jong to Man United, they can't register a soul, so I don't know how that makes sense. I do firmly believe all they really need is a striker to really bang the goals in. Since Suarez left, a striker is something they have been lacking, so that's kind of the first thing I want to be bringing in. As far as I'm aware, we do need to offload some players before we can do anything, so fingers crossed we can get some people out of the door. But let's jump straight into the transfers, see who we bought, and see who we let go. As we look at the transfers, you can see the only person we brought in was Andrea Belotti. This was done, I actually moved Frank Kessier using the in-game editor myself because he wasn't there, and I was like, well, I want to do that because I want to get rid of De Jong. I don't see why I should have to get a contract started when he's already a Barcelona player. So he came across, but ultimately, there just wasn't money in the bank. As you can see, Griezmann and Nico Takahashi has went to Dam, but it's hard to offload players when everybody knows what position you're in, is what I've found. Because I tried to get rid of De Jong, and eventually I got a bid accepted by Man United. It was enough, I thought it was enough money so I could have enough room to maneuver in the market. And then ultimately he said no to them, so that was disappointing. Umtiti, nobody wants him. Depay I tried to get rid of, but nobody really interested in acquiring his services. As you can see, a lot of people already went out before we got here. Firpo, we have Emerson Royal, Coutinho says it's out here, but it's because he got transferred across. Ludovic Reis went to Hamburg. Todibo went to Nice is insane. Like, Todibo is such a good player. Why would they let him go? Is the question I want to know. Ridiculous in my opinion. But this leads us on to the competitions, and let's see how we got on. Boom. First place in the Spanish First Division. We're going to look at this straight away. But let's have a look at Andrea Belotti, the striker I thought was good enough. Obviously, in real life, they're trying to sign Lewandowski, which is fine, but this man, 27 years of age at the time, and he knows where the back of the net is, and that is something Barcelona have severely lacked. We are using an advanced forward, so if I set that, you can see just how perfect his stats are for this role. Lovely 17 work rate. He is going to get himself about that pitch extremely well. Off the ball, he's always going to be making those runs for the passes through from De Jong and from the wingers. Finishing 16, I mean, his composure I always look for is 14, which, yeah, you'd expect Barcelona to be 18 to 20s, wouldn't you, really? But you can't whinge at that. Lovely physicals. He's not the quickest, but he's someone that can just hold the position up front and get anything he touches in the back of that net. And that leads us to his performance this season. So if we go to the squad, we can look at how many goals have been scored, and there you go. Andrea Belotti, 52 games, 46 goals with 7 assists. And honestly, look at the people that were feeding him. Depay did really well, 19 assists, 16 assists. I mean, everybody is just feeding into Belotti, the goal-scoring machine. I mean, he's only on £56,000 a month as well, which, you know, compared to others, Depay 160, Griezmann 350. People do smoke crack, it turns out, when they give you a contract here, so that's nice, isn't it? If we look at where the goals are coming from, we have 20 from De Jong, 18 from Torres, 17 from Depay, and 16 from Ansu Fati. Even Pedri, the 19-year-old, managed to get himself 9 with 14 assists, really showing how good he is as a player. And you know, it's nice to see this kind of spread. I mean, it's nice that these two played so many games. Obviously, they were in the they're in my kind of tactic. I'll show you the tactic in a second. They were in my lineup. I just wanted Kessie, De Jong, and Belotti to definitely be in that team. And we'll look at that now. Here we go. We are playing the 4-3-3, the Pep Guardiola by Viking Dan. I'll put the link down below for this one. It must be brilliant. We finished first in the Spanish First Division, as you can see. But I really like how it plays. Getting the balls in the box. It's just a little bit different. Low crosses coming in. Play out defence, work the ball in the box, play extremely wide, be more disciplined and dribble less with a shorter passing directness. In transition, we slow the pace down, we hold shape and we counter press. Then out of possession, we press much higher with the offside trap in there. So it seems to have worked very, very, very well. If we look now at the league, you can see we are 9 points clear at the top with Andrea Belotti, 1 goal better than Karim Benzema to win the Golden Boot for the season. It's nice to have so many names in here, like De Jong 5th, Fati 9th, 14th, Torres and Depay. Really, putting the good numbers up there that you'd expect from a team like this, but look at the average ratings. So the top 10, we have 6. And then 11th, we have our keeper, Marc-Andre ter Stegen. This is honestly, PK, 35 years of age with a 7.2 in 30 games. It's kind of you love to see this kind of thing. And once again, in the assists, we are very much in there. This tactic is just so good at just powerhousing way through. Obviously, these are one of the better teams in the league. Still, they are on a downward spiral at the moment, but they are still one of the strongest sides in the league. If we have a look at the semi-final loss to Bayern Munich now in the Champions Cup there in the final, be interesting to see how we can get around this. So the Champions Cup, how did we get on? As you can see, we lost 1 in the group stages to Porto, which is weird. We had quite full strength side out, but Belotti's out there. 1-0 loss away from home is weird considering at home we smashed them 4-0. So that's the only game in the group stages we didn't score more than 3 goals. So that's impressive. But then we get into the group stages but then we get into the knockout rounds where a 2-1 loss to Bayern Leverkusen put us on the back foot. But at home, Andrea Belotti led us through this. And we got Chelsea in the next round. A 4-2 win at home. Pedri in the first minute opening the scoring. Before Chelsea fight back like they tried to do against Real Madrid this time around. And eventually we lost 3-2, but managed to qualify for the next round. This is something I actually am a big fan of. If we look in total, it is, 4-3 on aggregate, but these are such a strong side. Bayern Munich are definitely miles stronger than Barcelona currently. So to go down 4-3 is not the end of the world, in my opinion. So that is nice to see. Obviously, they're in the final against Liverpool. I do think we got battered by Liverpool if we were in the final with them. So, it's not the end of the world. Let's have a look at the league and see if we got any outstanding results in the league. And as you can see, there's already a lot of greens. Second game of the season on Clasico, a 2-0 loss. Do we get revenge on them? Let's try and find them. Where are the Real Madrid 1-1? Ronald Araujo. We did beat them. I know for a fact we beat them in the Super Cup final, wherever that may be. Super Cup final, Real Madrid, we beat them 2-1. So when it mattered, we could get the job done. But let's have a look at some big results. We got a 4-1 against Girona, 4-1 against Real San Sebastian, Real Sociedad, 5-0 against Betis. Then you're getting teams that you should be beating. 5-0 Villarreal and a 2-0 Atletico Madrid, who are known for being so defensively sound. We managed to get 2 goals past them. And what an end to the season. Only losing to Rayo Vallecano at the end there. But we have 3 months of unbeaten, 4 months. 5 months all season unbeaten is what we managed to achieve, that is incredible. I know, they didn't have the best times this year, did they? But I thought we'd bring back the style of football so famed for Barcelona. And here we are, first in the first division. Semi-finals of the Champions League. I'm pretty happy. I think we've done a job here. So, on that note, thank you for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time for another rebuild.